What's up, my YouTube family? So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to do a part 2 with this Stars and Stripes situation. I deleted my original video, which had like 12,000 views, and I consolidated it just to try to have everything in one video. It's only got like a couple thousand, so I'm guessing some kind of messed up my algorithm there. But if you want to know the original story of the Stars and Stripes horrible situation, it is on my channel. This will be a part 2. So long story short, after I got some new information, let's start with the speaker thing. I noticed on the comments, what happened was one of my speakers blew. I got a 24 CVO ST to come with the stage 2. One of my speakers blew. The mechanic said, the customer had his EQ settings all the way up, talking to the service advisor, Joe. Like, his EQ settings were all the way up, which was false because I had most of them all the way up, and then like the first 2 I had down a couple notches, which is like the bass, to try to prevent distortion. Yeah, that's why the speaker blew. And then I saw the mechanic face to face there at the dealership. Joe was like, you can't tell a customer how to set his EQ, whatever. I saw the mechanic there before I left, and he was like, yeah, you had your EQ set all the way up. He said, I set it to the HD signature setting. Well, one of the comments on my original review was like, what is this dude talking about? The HD signature setting is all the EQs all the way up. So I took the time to Google it myself. And what do you know? The HD signature setting says all the EQs are all the way up. Correct me if I'm wrong. And like, I even noticed, like, I was hearing some distortion even from the HD signature setting. It didn't sound clear as it should sound. So like now, and then I've read some Facebook posts of people stage 3 speakers blowing on the HD signature setting. So now that's even confirming the HD signature setting is all of them all the way up. I turned the first notch, the second notch. I put the first one down like 1 or 2, the second one down about 3, the third one from the left down about 2, and that's where it got all that bass distortion out. So I can tell you for a fact that the HD signature setting is all the bass stuff is way higher because it sounds muddy, right? So now Stars and Stripes Harley's mechanic now, does this dude not know what he's doing or what he's talking about? Because you're telling me my stuff was all the way up, which it wasn't, and the HD setting is going to have me set when the HD setting is worse than the EQs that I had, because the first 2 or 3 were down a couple notches. Now you're putting them all back up. So you're blaming me that my speaker blew because I had my EQ on custom, and you want me to put it back to HD signature, which is all the EQs all the way up. What sense do that make, people? All right, this is Stars and Stripes service department. The worst, right? I took it to get my brake fluid flushed, right? When I leave, brake fluid is leaking out of the master cylinder lid, right? He wrote me off like I didn't know what I was talking about, and we should have washed the customer's bike like we wanted to, because they offer a complimentary wash after they service it. I said, don't wash my bike. The mechanic's response was, oh, he's coming back because he said his brake fluid is leaking. That's why we like to wash the customer's bike, so we don't have to worry about this. And I'm like, what are you talking about? It's not some residual left over. It's leaking. Like, that's like an insult to my intelligence now. Okay, I'm a dumbass and you're the smartest guy in the world. When you get it back there, I'm telling you it's leaking. He tells me he doesn't tighten anything up. He just wiped it off. I'm like, dude, like, and then he blames that my handlebars are not perfectly parallel to the ground. My handlebars are too high. I got 16-inch bars. It's angled this way, whatever it is. But I took my master cylinder lid off several times and put it back on and had no leaks, no problems at all. When I changed my bars, when I changed my brake line, like when I tested for moisture content, like, come on, I do this. Like, I'm taking it to the dealer because I don't have a specific scan tool to reset the wrench light after, modulating the ABS sensor, which I will find a tool and start doing it myself. But I just figured, hey, let's just go ahead and get all this situated before riding season. So he blamed my bars being high, not being level, for the brake fluid leaking. The dude Joe at service is like, oh, you might need a new lid. I gotta order it. All right, I take 3 to 5 days. Now this is probably like 3 weeks after this. I still never got a phone call from him telling me that the lid came in. But after I got off the phone with him, I called the parts departments and they said that they had the lid in stock. So wow, he just lied and said they didn't have it and he got to order it. Joe never called me still, and the service manager, Ed, never called me still. And it's about 3 weeks later to try to get my bike in there and get it situated from an issue that they caused. My brake fluid leaking out the lid. Joe even said, yeah, you might want to buy the legs yourself. You don't have to worry about the warranty stuff. What? My bike is under warranty. You should be more than willing to fix it. It wasn't leaking when I brought it to you guys. Now it was leaking. All right. So long story short, I bought the lid myself. Brand new lid. I put the lid on. It's still leaking. So I'm like, damn. All right. Long story short, I'm going to put a clip in here of how my master cylinder looked when I took the lid. I'm wondering why the new lid is leaking. Something's not right here. All right. So whatever, I don't know if they put a tool in the front master cylinder, some kind of, I don't know what they do, but somehow the screw that's closest to me, that boss where that screw screws into, it's like something smashed like the front of it, causing the paint to smash, that black paint to smash up and create like a lip, almost like a burr on the mating surface of the lid and the reservoir. So the actual reservoir, instead of it being perfectly flat so the lid and the seal can go flat right there, there was a little burr sticking up right there. Now that wasn't there before, right? So I'm like, all right, you can see where it was smashed. Like, I don't know if any of the Harley mechanics know what you guys use to bleed the brakes. Why would something be inside my master cylinder smashing it to the point where it smashed the paint and created a lip sticking up that where it's supposed to be a flat surface at? Have no clue. But long story short, I used a file and I smoothed that burr out. I put the new lid back on. No leak. So it's 100% confirmed that dealership sabotaged my front master cylinder to the point where I had to diagnose and fix it myself. After I brought it back to them for the leak, they didn't bother to diagnose and see why it was leaking. He just wiped it off and gave it back to me. What kind of customer service is this? I'm 100% comfortable with burning my bridges with stars and stripes. I can't stand these guys. Yo, I spent all this money on this bike and I'm coming to you with a concern that you guys messed up. And you don't even take my concern serious enough to figure out what was wrong. Like, you could have took the lid off and saw the burr there. I had to see it for myself. I had to fix it myself. I had to buy the warrantyable part myself, install it myself in order to fix the problem that was never there until I took it to you guys. Stars and stripes. Come on, man. Still never got a call back from Ed, service manager. Still never got a call back from Doug. Still never got a call back from Joe telling me that my lid was in stock. He said 3 to 5 days. It's 2 weeks later. Still never called me back. Because I didn't tell him I was buying the lid myself. I just bought it myself anyway, so I don't have to deal with them anymore. But just know, people, if you're dealing with stars and stripes, well, I got F'd over and told to go F myself. Maybe you can have better luck if you choose to try them. So after having to dive into this myself, because stars and stripes, ever since they changed my brake fluid, it's been leaking. I wound up looking at it for myself, and as you can see, it looks like for some reason they just got smashed here. This little part where the screw goes, I don't know what kind of what they did or what they put in my master cylinder to bleed the brakes. I don't know if they use something that, I don't know how they do it, but all I know is this is not how this is supposed to look. Something smashed the paint and smashed it up to the point where it's not even a flat surface to put the screw. So now I'm gonna try to file this down without getting something in my fucking paint, in my brake fluid. Thanks a lot, Harley Davidson Stars and Stripes. It's the front master cylinder.